I was in a situation where I was in a relationship for 12 years. I posted him one time. 12 years.
Why
we was
you
married.
that?
We had all these kids. One time, and I posted him because we got married.
Yeah.
Put the picture up and then took it down. I was like, all right. Like, I'm super private.
Yeah.
Any every dude that I date, don't post me. Like, I don't want to know about. I don't want all of a sudden you post them, you look at your stories. All of a sudden, all these different people pop up. Like, we 10 women every day. We checking in. It's almost like they got me on notifications. Like they got the bell on.
Welcome to Milfshake, where mom life meets realness. I'm Tiff. This is Tiff, Cori, and Queenella. So,
Yeah.
Young Miami said, you gotta let your man cheat 4 times before you leave. What y'all think about that?
I mean, she didn't really say that. She said she let her man cheat 4 times before she leave, but I feel her.
Yeah, why?
Because I did it like 28 times.
What you mean you did it 28 times?
I let him cheat like 28 times, and I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna go.
How do y'all do that?
No.
How do y'all deal with that pain? I can't.
You want to?
I'm gonna tell you why. The only reason why is because we had kids together. So I'm just looking at like family. I just didn't want to break up my family. I wouldn't do that shit now. I think it's easier.
How old were you?
No, because you're gonna make me tell my motherfucking age.
What were you like a baby? I'm saying like
I wasn't a baby.
20,
I was in my
18,
20s.
Okay.
I was in my 20s. In my 30s.
He's so the lesson ages.
But basically, it's like after the first few times he cheated, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna cheat back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I want to keep my family together too. So I was telling niggas like, listen, I do got a husband a little bit,
But
so I can't.
Yeah.
We gotta have fun together, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. And then after a while, sometimes if you're not even happy on the home front, that shit is like not even. You know?
yeah.
For me, it's like I get it because again, you can't get no. If you leave your man the first time he cheat, bitch, you ain't gonna never have a man.
really?
I feel like we ain't gonna say all men cheat, but I'm gonna say a very high percentage.
Me, I swear I'm lying.
A high percentage of men cheat. A high ass percentage.
Yeah.
It's not in their nature to be with one woman. That's just my opinion, and it's some facts too.
Let me call my man
But-
right now.
She said, let me call my man
But
right now.
if you leave a man for cheating on you, you're never. That's again, we talk about friendships, right? If you leave at the drop of a dime, the first time somebody hurts you, you ain't gonna never build nothing with nobody. If you fucking try to ride a bike and your ass fall and scrape your knee, you say I ain't riding this fucking bike again.
Alright, it's
You ain't
time
gonna
for
never
me to
learn
walk
how to ride a
out.
fucking bike.
I'm gonna
Take this damn mic off.
It's
So y'all leaving after the first time?
I left. I was in a whole relationship. I was an at-home mom, and in this marriage for 12 years. He cheated one time, and I was done.
Damn.
But let me tell you why. I think it's not so much about a man could probably cheat on me 28 times and I'll stick beside you. It's how you cheat and how you clean it up, right? And who you cheat on me with? He cheated on me with the woman that was making my coffee every day.
Oh.
The coffee shop right across the street from my office. All right. The woman that her kids was swimming in the same swimming pool as my kids. They was taking lessons.
Where is
Wow.
She was also hanging out with his daughter, and they was
Oh.
going out to the club every night. He was there with her.
Oh.
All right. So it's deeper than that. And then when I found out about it, it was more like a denial. So you're not going to own up to it. Okay. So now I can't live with you because I can't trust you. And then your way of cleaning it up is to pretty much like try to calm her down and try to calm me down. Because I don't. Anybody, and then I'm asking the history, like, how long were y'all together? How long was going on? This was going on for a year. So if it's a year, and because I found out about it, you're not going to cut her off right away. That's not happening. Now, if you made the decision to cut her off, and then you came to me and said, I got to tell you something, I've been cheating on you for a year. And it's because, what man does that? And it's because, so I'm going to say, I will give him credit, because I know he's listening. I will give him credit. I know he's listening. No, but that's like my best. That's like he's super cool. He's super cool, so he gets that. We real good. But what I will say is there was a time in our relationship that he did come to me and say, I think we should get counseling. And I was like,
nigga, you should get counseling.
But I didn't even know, everything was good, so I didn't know why he was saying that, right? And I was just like, bro, I was like, we could just talk, like, what's going on? And he wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me. But now, after the cheating, I'm like, oh, shoot, this dude did come to me one night, asking for counseling. I didn't know what it was about. But now I realize it's probably because that was during the time he was cheating and felt guilty. So if he told me, let's say we did take counseling and I took took him up for that.
Yeah.
And during counseling, he said, I cheated.
That's terrible.
But it would break me. But because I would have to respect the fact that he came to me and
accountability.
provided that security of me knowing, at least I know when you dog me out, it's not to hurt me. It's not because you don't have control or whatever it may be.
Don't wait to tell me that shit in front of a counselor.
Listen.
Just
tell me, period.
That's like a slap in the face.
But I appreciate him telling me.
But I feel like it's levels. So what that's an affair.
Yeah.
When I think about cheating, sometimes somebody might just have a little fling. They might go on a date. They might have a little sex.
Right.
That's feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very different. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's levels to it.
Right.
Now, what if you just found out he just smashed her once or twice? How would you have been able to stay with him?
So let's say he went to Colombia, got his teeth done or something like that, and while he
What?
out there, you know what I'm saying?
Here.
Because you know that's how I mean, right?
Imaginary.
That's how it is. Because when they go out there, sometimes they stay for like a whole week.
Because they be buying that coochie.
Right. So I'm like, if he did something out there and then it got back to me, it's like, oh, I can't really, I don't see no attachment. But when I know a man is emotionally attached to somebody, like for me, it's just like that's a violation.
Big
Like,
violation.
and if we in the bed together, we having sex raw. Like so, if you with her for a year, you exactly.
Yeah.
I'm giving you head, she giving you head. Like I don't know this chick. You
What if
violated
you bring her
me.
into the bedroom?
So we had that conversation.
Mm.
We had that
Hold on,
conversation.
how, bitch? If you left the nigga, how?
No, because when he first did it, I tried to stay. So
Okay.
first I cut him off.
Okay.
And then after like a week or two, you know how it is, we kind of go through our grief and then we're like, oh, come back, right? So I did it for like a whole week we were trying. And then I did tell him, I was like, you know what? I said, sitting here thinking about what happened. I said, if you just wanted somebody to play with and you came to me and say, hey, I want a threesome or something like that, I probably would have entertained the idea.
And he was like,
I
you
was
know
like-
what? Yes, can we?
No, he said, no, he did. He looked at me, he was like, you serious? And I was like, no, I'm serious. I was like, but I said, I'm gonna be real with you, because we were drunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said, but to be honest, I said, what hurt me the most is the fact that they talk about it all the time, how men, it's just about sex. I said, that's not the case here. I said, so for me, I feel like somebody almost took my spot that I fully invested in. And you just pulled the rug from underneath me by me discovering this. You didn't even come to me. I said, so now I know I can't lay next to you and trust you completely, because at any point in time you walk out the door, you could be laid up with her because you're emotionally attached. That's a choice you made. You chose to love her, and men don't do that. So if it was just about sex, yeah, I would probably like, okay, let's entertain the idea. But that's something you gotta work me up to. I think when you're in love with somebody, they can get you to do anything. Regardless of what your religion. No. How many times you tried something that you probably swore up and down you would never do, and it's just there was a time people ain't want to give head. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the relationship. That's what you do, right? It's weird to not do it. That was
What?
What was your first experience with head? I know this is off topic.
I'm a good Christian woman. I love the Lord. He hears my cry.
Girl, bye.
So, what was the question?
What was your first experience like giving head?
Damn, why we can't receive it?
No, because I got a story. And I want to
selfish
tell my
as fuck.
fucking story.
Okay.
How many dicks ago was this? No.
That's not the thing.
No.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was an adventure. I think that I'm more so a person that likes challenging. So if you're doing something for me, appeasing, depends on who you are.
Right.
So with that being said, but I feel that it's like a competitive thing. That's how I am. So
Oh.
it's like you're pleasing me, and it's like,
Oh, you think you get that?
Okay.
hold on one second. WWE.
Okay.
You know what I'm
She's
saying?
so weird.
You remember, Nico? Well,
Oh my god.
what had happened was when I finally did it, I did it like a little. I looked at it, and then I like did it a little bit, and then I started crying.
Oh my god.
You need a hug. And I was like, I started crying. He was like, "Oh my god, what's wrong?" I was like, "I'm a hoe." This is a real story, and he was like, "You don't have to." I
So
was
you were 80, baby.
16.
Oh, you were
Girl.
16.
I
know
Why
something
should you
younger.
try to tell me
No,
that?
it's like,
Hey,
yeah,
you
so
right,
bad. But I was 16.
I know there was an era. There was a time where you didn't give head. Like it wasn't cool. I mean,
I think people was giving head, they just wasn't talking.
But
They
remember
just
Fat Joe? I think somebody said
was
something.
they giving head during slavery?
Girl, I don't know.
I'm gonna take this mic off.
Oh my God.
No, seriously though.
There she go with the misinformation.
Was they giving head?
I don't know.
I didn't say they wasn't. I'm just curious.
I don't know.
You know what? I think everybody was adventurous. I think
Yeah, but
love,
you ain't
love,
want nobody
the
to know
struggle
you
love
suck dick.
was
You
the
ain't want
struggle
nobody to know
love.
you
Yeah, as a young, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But nowadays,
Now it's like,
yeah.
yeah, it's weird to not do it. But
Even my first time getting 8 out, I was like, ew, what the ew? Like, why are you doing this?
I don't like it.
I remember that. It's like, it was triggering.
I
I
don't
was like,
like getting head.
You don't like it?
The fuck is
I'm a
going on?
pleaser. No, I'm a pleaser.
Wait a minute. How many people have you given enough people a chance to try for
Probably
you to
not.
enjoy it,
what
or do
you
you
like
always
about
push it away?
I push it away because I'm just like,
Do you like vibrators?
mm-hmm.
That's probably why you don't like head. That's why I try to like limit my vibration because I didn't want the human interaction down there. Your tongue is not fast enough.
I like while we're doing it and then they stop and then they do something and then go back into it. I'm like, ooh, right? But don't be like a whole session.
Oh, girl,
Nah.
I want the whole session, baby.
I want
If you're not doing, if you're not
Eat
doing
me
it
until
right,
I
it's
sleep.
Not
It's the
a
best
whole
thing.
session.
It's better than the peen.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Not
yes,
for
it
me.
is. I'm not a penetration comer.
Oh, I am.
I am a head comer. I am a head comer.
Like
and-
I can get really excited pleasing.
Mm.
So I think that's why I understood the guy because it was just like, oh, I know what that's like.
Okay.
I'm not at that level. That was like a big extreme,
Yeah.
but I like to please, and to please is like, ooh, look
I
at
like
him
to please. I like
excited.
people
Look
to
at
please too.
him.
The fuck? Because men be selfish sometimes.
Yeah. Well, as long as I get it in the end, I'm good. Don't.
A lot of times I feel like sex is so male based.
It is.
So I mean, look at porn, right? It's male based. It's for the viewership of a man.
Right.
So I be searching up female friendly porn. Or but
Female friendly. What the
yeah,
hell?
it's stuff for us. Think about Cinemax, what we talked about. That's female friendly. You got the bitch humping. You know what I'm saying? She grinded. Nobody wants to see no grinding on porn. They want to see pow, 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 pow.
Right.
Women don't always like that.
Right.
No,
And I
we
think
don't.
that also it like clouds men's judgment when it comes to sex with us because they think they're supposed to do what they see on porn.
Right.
That's what
a big
performance
problem.
is.
Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
like sensuality.
Yeah.
Touch me,
Me
tease
too.
me, kiss me, please.
Am I
Yeah.
a man? Cause get the
Yes,
fuck
you
to
are.
It. Get to it. I just want to see the nuts. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, how
Too
long
long.
is too long of a session?
Like getting head?
No, fucking. Like when is it? When should you want your man to be done?
Oh
by?
no, my gosh! Just the
Oh,
other day,
gosh.
just the other day, we laying there, and I straight up said to him, I was like, "Bro, you still going?"
Okay, because why do you think so?
I was like, "You still going?" I mean, it was good. It was so good, but at this point, I'm like, I was like, I almost.
My peaches
I
getting
told-
dry.
I told him no, and I told him
Get off
that
of
day.
me.
I was like, yo, I almost told you I loved you. It was like, bro, like you gotta chill out. It was like, cause I just met you like a couple of weeks ago. Like,
Wow.
but it was like that because when somebody,
That's some good dick.
yes,
I love that for you.
Oh my god.
but he was
No, cause it triggered.
Because he-
Oh.
you said what?
It triggered a memory.
us
Go
about
ahead.
it.
I triggered a memory.
Yeah.
No, I think it's the younger guys. I think the older men is one session, one round, done.
Oh
You gonna
yeah.
Right? But now
She's
this,
like,
this
nah.
younger guy, oh, she goes crazy. But this younger one, it's an experience.
Oh, they can go
Yeah.
and keep going.
And yes.
And I'll be like, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying because you came and I'm like, all right.
That's
Blanket, I'm getting my blanket.
He
And
like,
it's nah,
turn over.
Round 55. I was like, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, I gotta go to work in the morning. And another round until
that's
he's
a lot.
sleepy.
Corey, what happened? Cause your legs shaking over there.
Yeah. Oh gosh. She was like, just this morning.
No.
We gonna wrap this thing up because I'm putting my back at 5.
No.
Oh, what was the question, girl?
Oh, we were talking about how the young guys can finish but
Okay.
keep going.
So I have an experience with a young man. Lord.
Oh, girl.
She said, I almost said his name.
Yes,
Lord. He knows who he is. But it was an interesting experience because, yeah, it was just like ongoing. And I felt like I was just being drained. And it was wonderful.
Yes.
It really was. But I had to let that go. I really did.
It was too much.
It wasn't that it was too much. It wasn't too much.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the factor that in the reality of my life, if I was going to choose him to be in a relationship, because he wanted that, and I just could not. I didn't have the capacity, and it just didn't match because he
The
was
sexual
going,
capacity.
No,
lifestyle.
life.
Oh, okay.
Sexually, it would be great, but I'm the type of person because you have to appease my mental. If you can mentally please me,
yeah,
then that's a portal.
I feel
but
that.
the portal is levels of intimacy too. But with the young guys, yeah, but you have to be careful because you don't know like where your life is and what decisions you make if you're going to make it an actual relationship or not. I'm not saying that there couldn't be a younger man, but it just depends. That's be the right one.
Yeah.
Well, can y'all date somebody or be with some, like I'm with somebody right now that's opposite of me and maybe not good for me, but the sex is good, the communication is good, everything is good. Everything is good, and it's just like, yo, like I can make an exception for that.
No, don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
that.
Don't fall for potential.
No more potential.
Right. I think
No,
we've done enough of
everything's
ignoring
good.
red flags.
No.
So it's not even a red. It's not a red flag. Like he could hurt me. Like he gonna ride. I feel like he will ride with me.
The
Like,
trajectory
he
of
gonna be
his life
good.
could be a red flag also.
Oh yeah.
So he could be nice. He could be fun to hang out with. The dick could be bomb.
Everything.
But if the trajectory of his life is not aligning, not that y'all gotta be the same person.
Such big words. Oh my gosh.
If it's not aligning with what you see yourself doing in the next 5 or 10 years, then it's something to consider. Just I ain't saying leave him cold, but it's something to consider.
Yeah.
What was your trigger memory you just had?
I know what trigger
Loving
so
somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, because the first time we did it, I was like, I love you.
The first time.
The first time. No.
Oh, who?
Shout out to my man.
Ah!
My man. The first time we did it, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck did I say? I said, oh my God, sorry. I know I don't love you right now, but I love you. Some shit I said while we did it.
So what's the? So y'all, how long y'all been together before you said it?
1 day.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks.
What's the fact that
It
you
was like
said
3
I love you?
weeks.
I don't even know why I should ask you that question. She seemed like she just like I don't got
I don't be
nothing for
saying I love you. If they say they're loving to me and I love them, I
She
love
don't even
them
tell
back.
her kids she loves them.
that. What about you? How fast you said I love you?
To myself?
No,
So
I never
a
had.
man.
You never told a man you love him?
No.
What?
You say I love you too.
What?
She ain't never loved a man.
Oh my God.
I thought I did with my first person.
But you probably
Did you tell
love
her?
him.
If you
How,
never told her?
how fast you said I love you to
him?
him? How long it took to say I love you?
It took a while. It was over a year.
What? I almost slipped up after. So you said it a couple
I said
hours.
3
That's
weeks.
good.
No.
It's
She
3 weeks.
didn't.
It was 3 weeks. It was
Yeah.
3 weeks. So okay, I'm not crazy because
Yeah.
I almost said it. I almost said it last week. It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So that's
Savannah.
normal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say normal.
It's not normal,
It's
right?
fucking normal.
No, it's the. But
We've
you said
been
it
together
during
8
sex.
years
That's what I'm
now.
saying.
No, y'all been there, yeah. But I'm saying, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the L word is not really nothing to play with.
It's
It ain't
not.
nothing to
And
play
I
with.
think
It's
that
then soon you do that.
you need to, not even bitch, because people be playing with it. That's what I'm saying.
Hello.
I think that you don't necessarily know somebody until you know
don't.
somebody.
Yeah, you gotta
so
know
when you in
something.
that 3 week, you in that honeymoon
I
phase.
know.
What the fuck are we arguing about at 3 weeks?
I know.
You were still
But
giving me your
be having
representative
sex
at 3
in
weeks.
bed, and that's when they
That's
get it. And when we do that, then it's like, oh,
I ain't never had no dick good enough to make me act right.
ooh.
Or tell a nigga I love him.
wow.
Ooh.
But I am accepting prospects.
If you cheat on your man and you had sex with somebody else, don't tell him you did certain things. It's like
Like,
something.
sir,
You be like, to be honest. Right, like, look, he
We
laid
just
with
had
me.
dry sex.
Right.
We humped.
Or not even that. You could say something like, you know what, he couldn't even get hard. We started, but nothing happened. But once you start saying, like,
lie to
yeah,
them so they can be happy.
he had me bent over. Don't even say we was in the car, because now it's like, dog, like, he treated you like some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It gotta be we was at his house. And
Oh,
it
he
was
ain't gotta be
romantic.
nothing because I ain't telling you shit.
Well, no, but I'm saying if you get caught. If you get
If
caught.
I get caught, I ain't telling you shit.
Yeah.
How you caught me? You went through my phone, you saw everything, then you
Wait,
have everything.
which camera is on? Which camera
Because
is
if you
on?
forgive
All
somebody,
of them, listen, I'm not a cheater for the record.
What has cheated though?
I've never cheated before.
if you
both
forgive
cheated?
somebody for cheating,
Y'all cheated before?
girl, wow.
No, I'm dead. No,
Girl,
so for real.
wow.
I'm being for real. I've never cheated before.
Not in
Wow.
my current situation.
Never cheated like with camera. Not in my current situation.
Which
I
camera
know.
I'm aligned to?
You
Like, no.
cheated?
Well, it was reasons. I had
Were y'all like young teenagers or like y'all were adults?
monogamy is bullshit
What's
to
my
me.
children?
Yeah.
I've never cheated because I feel like everybody.
Boring.
Ah!
No.
You
Nah.
cheated?
So why did you cheat?
Yeah, why?
So, when I was married, it was a very difficult situation, right? Long story short, the person had abandoned me and my family. So, in that circumstance, I was going through a lot. Transitions, you know, wait. But it was interesting because there were guys that were interested in me. I would turn them down because I was still legally married. But one day,
she's a good woman.
One day, there was this young African man.
Those were Nigerian?
Zimbabwe.
He was.
Oh, Nigerian.
Americanized.
Okay.
But he admired me, you know, for some time. And yeah, that was an interesting time frame, and I will never regret it.
Was it good?
Yeah. It was wonderful. And it made me
for
forget everything. It made me forget that I was married still. What he was like.
But that man left. So.
But I told him though. I told him what happened. We're on the phone. He was crying crocodile tears, and he missed me and all this other stuff. Bull crap. And I told him. I said, "Well, I did, have intercourse with somebody else. How could you do that?"
Oh, please.
And then there was some other things I found about my ex. Like, dude.
Right.
How could you?
You was doing everything.
You were outside before we even.
Right.
That's on another page.
Okay.
Oh my God. You gotta have a personal conversation.
Yes.
So why you cheated?
Because I'm a fucking cheater.
I
identify as a fucking cheater. Oh damn. Why? No, honestly, it all started from my grandfather. He was a cheater. I'm lying. I didn't even know my grandfather was lying.
You just got real deep. You were like,
niggas got quiet.
Say something like real sad and like some traumatic experience.
No, I don't know. You know what? It could be some type of trauma that I have not been able to identify yet. I've never been. So
you can't be in a relationship and just
No, I can. But every time I try it, it's like, why?
Because when you learn that they're outside, that's when you do it.
If you hurt me or you push me away, then I'm probably gonna land into another man's arms, and that's just what it is. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I definitely do respect faithful, happy, healthy relationships.
Right.
But I'm not big on monogamy, and it's been taking me a long time to accept that. It doesn't mean that I can't.
You did say that.
Yeah.
He was like,
yeah. It doesn't mean that I can't. But that shit is boring. boring. Nah, it is. It's boring as fuck. And I don't, realistically, I feel like men have been having their cake and eat it too, and their cake and been eating it too for years and centuries. And we just laid down and we accepted that shit. But now it's a different time, and if I want some motherfucking cake, I'm gonna have me some cake too.
But you gotta lock in with somebody because
I can lock in with somebody.
Because when you get older, you don't want to be like.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna run the streets. I'm gonna hang my jersey up
at some point.
Yeah.
75 years old.
Still
sliding DMs. For real, she playing bingo and got Tom and Jerry on both sides. Like if we get together,
we'll still go home to my family.
Ooh, so crazy. That's good.
Sometimes it ain't even about sex. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Sometimes you just meet having a connection or having a friendship with somebody. But I think that just everybody across the globe just has to do what works for them. You know what I mean? And
that's what works for you.
That's what works for me. And it doesn't mean that I'm actively doing it.
Look at the camera.
It doesn't mean that I'm actively doing it. It just means that my mind is open to it. If I want to, I will.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I can't.
If you want to, I will. Or depending on the circumstances, like what the situation is.
Well, if the circumstances are negative, I will.
Right. But if everything is good, it's like, oh, I'm committed. I'm locked in.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm still saying it's boring.
Wow.
It's faithful to me and treats me like a queen. Fucking boring.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But again, I mean, okay, what's wrong with just having a friend that you're not even touching?
But would you?
No, I don't have to be multiple.
Just one?
Yeah.
But would you tell your partner I got a friend?
I'm gonna tell you one time in a general announcement that hey, there may come a time that I may have a friend. I'm not gonna tell you, hey, right now I'm not gonna do that. If we agree, if I say, hey, you can have you a friend and I'm gonna have me a friend, then that's it. We ain't gotta revisit that shit again. I'm not gonna tell you every time I have a friend.
So you'd be okay with him having a friend?
Absolutely. I encourage the friendships.
Shut up.
Go on out on a date. Go fuck somebody else if you want to. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Even if you're crazy about him, you give him permission.
Now, if I'm crazy about you, I might not want to do that.
Different.
Okay.
But if I'm really locked in, I might not want to do that.
So that's the part. That's the part I'm talking about. Like, if you locked in, like, what does that relationship look like for you? What's your expectation?
Oh, I won't be doing nothing else.
Not.
All right, we gonna ask you because I don't know. Just like downstairs with the misinformation, so I don't know.
It was a head turn for me. Oh
For
my
real,
God.
like, that picture on, everything changed. If she looked at her for confirmation, like, you got me right, you gonna support me? You gonna support me right?
Like, no.
Mine was the same thing. I was married. He was a habitual cheater. And then after a few years, I just got tired. I'm like, all right. Somebody else gave me attention and I liked it. I'm like, oh my God, you think I'm cute?
So
It was
crazy.
just like talking. And I remember when he first found out about not when he first found out, because I still denied it, lying. He was like, oh, you fucking somebody else? I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And then we left it at that.
Okay.
Because that probably hurt his pride.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But what about all your years of hurt?
Right.
Alone.
Breaking my fucking heart. Have you looking
Embarrassing
stupid?
me.
I'm supposed to just sit home and cry all the time.
Embarrassing, yeah.
And not
It
knowing.
is
Yeah,
embarrassing.
Yeah,
but like,
I won't cheat because this is why I was telling you I'm not good with friends.
yeah.
I'm the girl that cuts everything off. Like people, everything. Like
You mean friends like girlfriends too? Like female
like,
friends?
yeah, so that's why I was telling
You cut your
her.
friends off?
So I was telling her, I was like, I don't have friends. It's bad because I don't know how to. She sips to that. And I'm about to explain. So the reason why I don't cheat, it's not that I'm like, I should hold on to him and still entertain somebody else. And remember y'all was joking, clowning me. Remember I was like, oh, I left him alone. Y'all was like, oh, for the money. I'll stick around for the money. Remember we were talking about She said, I never said that. We were talking about a business opportunity. I said, I left him alone, even though we could have been still doing business. And he was like, you couldn't. I was like, oh, no, because I can't when I got emotions. So I've been traumatized, like daddy issues, right? So the moment I experience a man or a woman where they cause some type of pain and they don't acknowledge it and they lie about it and they try to cover it up, I'm like, oh, you're going to do it again. So it's the fear that you're going to do it again. Immediately, I remove myself, cut you off, because I know if I keep you around, I'm going to revisit that because I'm a fool. And we're going to end up back into that situation. So instead of cheating, I'll leave and try to quickly get over you and find somebody else. So that's why I can't do.
How are you making this connection with a friendship though?
It's the same thing with the friendship.
So like if a female friend does something to hurt your feelings, you saying you got to cut her off completely?
So if a female, so like it's been times where Pisces is always Pisces.
Wow.
We get real. I'm about to tell you.
Wait, tell me
I'm about
about
to tell you about Pisces. Pisces are like great with loving their friends, right? So like every Pisces female I've had as a friend, they super caring, prayed for me, was there for me and everything. And then it's usually like a seasonal thing where the connection is made. It's like around the winter time, it's cold. We're not, either of the two of us, we're not really busy, whatever the case may be. And then like the summertime, summer months where you outside and you enjoying life. Right. And I learned something from you. You said to me that, I think it was her, she had a birthday and she went away. She had a birthday, she went away.
Yes, tell her.
And you had to check in to make sure she was okay with you going away, right?
Because she my man.
It was sweet. Right. That was sweet. That was nice. Yeah. So Pisces need that. I don't know. That's why I was telling you. I don't really know how to be a friend because I wouldn't have done that. I would have just went away. So with the Pisces friends that I've had, when I don't communicate that, instead of them saying, this is how you made me feel, immediately they switch up.
I just did that.
Right. They switch up. So when they switch up, I'm like, what's that about? And when somebody switches up, it goes back to the trauma. You switched up. I don't know this face. I don't know who you are. I don't trust this person. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna, I'm not confrontational because it's a different side of me that I can't control. I would just immediately just like remove myself. And then when I see it was like, hey, what's up? But I don't want to go back to that relationship because my fear is, yo, you gonna hurt me. And I don't, pain, when you've dealt with pain for so long, it's like, nah, we not.
She a Capricorn, y'all.
Yeah, so, Capricorns.
I think a lot of things that we do
it's trauma.
in our relationships and interactions with people have to be for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even say, oh, I asked her because I feel like it would bother. I didn't think it would bother. Honestly, she doesn't give me that unless you hiding it. She doesn't give me that like super sensitive, especially about friendships. I am.
You are
super sensitive.
So you gotta check in.
I wasn't upset. You were so. Let me tell you about something about her.
Oh, here we go.
She's very communicative. Is that a word? Communicative?
Yes.
Because I need to know. She communicates very, very well. But oh my gosh, yeah, because stop fucking talking. So the thing was, I was having a birthday party, and when I told her about it, she was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be out of town." But I already knew this already, and I was like, "It's fine. Like it's so fine." So I'm not sensitive about it. As long as you tell me, it's like, okay.
So that's why y'all work, because she's communicating
Mm-hmm.
her feelings and her plans and everything in a way that you're like, I need that, but don't even know you need that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not that person. It's like, this is my life. If I'm going away, I'm just going to say, hey, girl, I'm going to be out. I see you got your party. I would
But
come.
then that's not how you're going to build friendships, though.
But that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
can learn.
For me personally, as we also talked about in the past, I've lost some friendships that I thought I was going to be friends with people forever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now that I've gained a new friend and I like truly value our friendship and this bitch is stuck with me for the rest of her fucking life, I'm like, I need to honor this and care about her feelings, because that's where we lose people, when we don't care about their feelings.
But you and I watch Mel Gibson. Not Mel Gibson.
Now Robin.
Girl, Mel.
See, now it's you making it.
Mel Gibson got a podcast. Mel Robbins, right? And remember she was saying, it was an episode where she was talking about how it's hard to build friendships because when we were coming up, we all went to the school, proximity, right? We all went to the same school. We had the same teachers, lunchroom, after school programs, whatever. So you had these relationships. And when we were in elementary, we went to middle school together. From middle school, high school. And then after high school, we probably went to college. And then when people start having families and I'm still single, you start to branch off. And now I'm working. So now my friends at work, I'm going out to lunch, dinner, and parties. So I don't see you as much. Our relationship changes.
Right.
So it's hard to build these friendships. So when you have these friendships with people, and it's like, all right, I'm going in this direction and now you're going in that direction, and that's what my life has been, you know, it's kind of hard for people to keep up, and I'm learning. I listen to you a lot, little do you know, like all of you. When you speak, I'm like,
I'm acting like a fool.
No,
I'm like, I've done myself down so much and act like a fucking imbecile. Even Reg was like, you know, I thought you were dumb as fuck when I first.
shut up! No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
But I'm
He didn't say that. But it's like I don't always show my true personality or how we just, you know, talk and talk about actual real shit that matters. I'm losing my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Well, I was saying.
Oh, the friendships.
I'm about to be like teary-eyed. No, because here's what I think. I've always, you know, said to my cousins and family and because all I know is family. Remember telling me that, right? So it's like,
y'all were raised not to have friends.
Right.
That family was all
we had. 42 cousins in Newark, like in Jersey. So we ain't need nobody else. So I'm like, yo, this podcast might be amazing. Yes. I'm like forced to spend hours with women for a day, a week. I ain't got no choice but to get the, you know what I'm saying?
And you open up more too.
This is not things you're talking about. All of that. When we were downstairs and y'all telling me stuff about the bed, I'm like, oh my God. So I'm thinking being around men all my life, I'm good. But to hear women's perspective, and I'm like, oh, I need to be with women because y'all teaching me things that I didn't.
We all can relate to each other so much more than we realize. We've all gone through similar situations.
But friendships too, I feel that are extremely important. I cherish the friends that I do have, and also new ones. But the friends that I do have that have been in my corner, I have a friend that was friends with me since elementary school.
Nice.
She's out of state. We don't speak to each other every day. But whenever we sync in, it's interesting. We pray for each other. She'll check on me. Girl, what's up with you? I'll check on her. And we'll just have this long conversation. Hours go by, but when we see each other, it's like the first time we're seeing each other again, the first time we met. But our relationship spiritually is amazing. We're here for each other. And when it comes to my other friends, there's a balance. Because you have someone that's very close to you pertaining to your personal level and your spiritual level. Then there's other friends that are more surface, that are there for you. Okay, we can go out, we can do this. There's different ways you can navigate with friendships. But like you said, when you know yourself fully and then you understand someone else's time and perspective, and you have to connect with people that equally have that gift.
Right.
Because then the friendships get cherished even more. Because you're a wonderful woman, you're a wonderful woman.
No, you are wonderful.
No, you are. She's like, I was waiting for that.
But I feel that like you're saying, it's a growth aspect. Of course, this is a breakthrough, especially for you too. But friendships are very much so a portal of a place where you can just interact, but there's the inner child can really have their recess when it comes with your friends.
Her friend lives in Texas. One of those friends lives all the way in Texas.
But that is, it's important. You know, you don't want to miss out.
No, I'm telling y'all, listening to y'all, I'm like, dog. So just listening.
Don't be trying to come to my house after this.
You're so crazy. No,
Like, why you got that bitch? Like, you even tell me.
No, listening to y'all, I'm like, yeah, I'm in Jersey.
Oh, what Jersey you in?
I'm in Bloomfield.
Girl, bye.
We close. No, but I'm
She
saying,
right
like, you know what? I'm like listening to y'all, like, yo, so I probably messed up in that area because you be thinking you right, you got it put together.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to y'all, like, dog, I messed up. I shouldn't have did that. No. Meaning, I love how, you know, you guys are just communicating and you expressing yourself. And she's like, oh no, she's not sensitive. She's like, yes, I am.
I mean, yeah, she is.
But it just the more I'm around you guys, I'm like, oh, okay, queen, you gotta tighten up.
But you know what? Once you do that, it's gonna carry over into all of your relationships.
All my relationships,
your man, your children, your friendships.
Right.
You being considerate of their feeling. Oh my God, it goes such a long way.
But that's the thing. I am considerate, but I just be feeling like.
But you be trying to protect yourself. You trying to guard yourself.
That's it. Yeah.
So you gotta take that wall down. And
because I feel like everybody, you know, because I got the trust issues. Like I feel like everybody's kind of like out for themselves, and that's my mindset. It could be from being, you know, where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know,
Is this really a Capricorn thing? Because this is how my mother speaks. This is how my sister speaks. Like they just don't trust anybody, and the cutoff is like this. I don't fuck with that bitch.
Like if the energy is good. And like you're always, I don't expect you to always be kind, right? We're gonna have issues, things are gonna go wrong. I expect you to be the communicator, to come to me and be like, listen, I don't care how hard you come at me, curse me out, whatever. I love that. That makes me feel safe.
Watch how the fuck you feel safe.
I love that. That makes me feel safe. It's the ones that don't know how to communicate that and they express it through their behavior. And I gotta sit there and I'm not thinking it's something I've done. I'm thinking you just switching up, or right away we go to, oh, she probably hating because I just got this promotion, but it's not that you're hating. You're probably upset because I didn't communicate with you that I couldn't show up for your birthday party because of my promotion.
Right. You know, also another thing I'm realizing as we get older in our friendships, some people just hold things at different capacities and different weights, and they have their different views of something. I'll give you an example. One of my cool friends, we hang out for our birthdays and stuff like that, and life be lifing. We all get busy and tied up and stuff. See, again, as she said, I'm an over communicator. Right. If we going somewhere, I got a whole fucking itinerary. I know what restaurants we going to. This is where we staying at. Hey, this is the date. Hey, this is my flight. That's how I move. Yeah. If you don't say nothing to me about an event or something you got going on, I'm not gonna know. Gotcha. And it's not intentional because again, as we grow up, we talk proximity, right? You got your kids, you got your home, you got your dude, you got your job. We all trying to make ends meet, going through what we're going through. Everything is not intentional. Correct. But I do respect that she reached out to me and said, "This is how I'm feeling." And I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know that was not intentional." Right. So yeah.
What was this?
Yeah. So
I'm that girl. I was sorry. I will apologize for everything, and I get mad too because it's like, how you switch up like that? Like if only you knew like what I would do for you. So I'm like in my head the whole time, and like that's how I'm able to cut people off, and that could be what your family is, you know, experiencing. It's like you start to think to yourself, like, does this person know how much I love them? Does this person know how much I care? The things I've done, the sacrifices. So it'll be like, okay, so you see how you are with me. Oh my God, like your boost, whatever. And you making my drink or whatever, right? So imagine the next Sunday I come in and I'm like, hey, how you doing? You're like, oh, hey, what's up? But y'all not really talking to me. It's just you two. But you'll pour her a drink, you be like, here, queen. And then I gotta pour it myself. And it's just like the little nuances, right? You start to notice, like, oh, okay, that was weird. You gotta
pull somebody to the side, though.
So, no, for me, I'm an observer. Yeah. So it's just like, okay, what's going on? Because I feel like sometimes when you ask leading questions, like, did I do something wrong? Oh, no. Even that.
Open question.
And it's like, Yeah. Because when you do that, then it's like, okay, the way she responded, even, if you're not a communicator, you're not a communicator. Right. You're not gonna, if you don't want to express how you feel, it is what it is. So I'm left wondering and trying to put pieces together. I don't have anything to put together. And it makes you feel abandoned. Yeah, so that's exactly the key word. Abandonment. You don't know how many people, girl, we about to switch. You want to call her right now? New conversation.
You want to go
New topic.
She got marked off.
No, but that's just like, that's the regular. That's the regular for me. Because I think from being in the type of family that I'm in, my family would, like, we can go outside, square up and, like, bust each other nose and everything and come back and make each other a plate. Yeah. Like, nothing happened. Look how they look. Both of y'all both made the same face.
Well, that's not helpful.
Y'all, no, I'm just saying. If it ever.
So you didn't grow up on communication? You grew up
we
on
grew up
altercation.
No, we grew up on both.
So when did y'all talk? After y'all beat each other asses?
But we didn't really fight like that. The fight was more like, well, they did fight, but it was more like
that's not your fault.
we just talked. That's the thing. If talking led to something else, it is what it is. But we were a family. Like, we stuck together coming up. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So I expect friends to be like that. Friends are not like that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like, they ain't gonna work.
Yeah. But you gonna get, you gonna be the best.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Once y'all know me, right?
It's all
You
about
are.
learning
You gonna be the best
experience.
friend.
You take those as lessons because even with that, those types of interactions, I've experienced that too. But I'm the type of like, see, what's going on with you? Like, is there something that's going on? What's your capacity right now? That's my thing. Is there something that's happening with you mentally or spiritually? You're just not aligned right now because you're kind of taking it out on me. Is everything okay?
I wish I could be that.
But that's
person.
what's important to.
Right.
These are the type of things you can grow to do now.
Right.
Because those sometimes things are not directly towards you, but even if, and there's some undermining, that needs to be addressed. And then they can remove themselves. I love when people put themselves in the garbage. That's the best.
Right.
Get some crack.
Girl, bye.
I probably need to try that. I don't know.
Yes,
I need to do that too
absolutely.
because I just don't say anything either.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why I say
I
I don't
shut
think you're
down
sensitive.
so bad.
It depends.
No, but that's how you know I'm sensitive because I will just shut down.
Yeah.
It's like I'll just stop talking.
And that's a defense mechanism too.
It
You're trying to
is.
protect yourself
It is.
or block out whatever you may be feeling.
Yeah.
But I only be talking to people that I fucking value. Because if you want some bullshit,
Okay.
if you know what I'm saying, like if we not even here with it,
No,
I ain't got
leave it
time.
alone.
You know, some people be tripping over like petty stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Oh, we got more.
Thank you.
Can I bring it to you though?
Grab it. I got
She
this.
just asked for it.
Oh, she did.
Can you bring me a cup, sir?
I was like, let's talk about dicks now. You got your cup? Where you got it?
Let's talk about dicks now.
Oh my god. See, the thing about dicks is. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just want that one straight.
Why do? Oh, that was coffee. I'm about to say
That's
that was
coffee,
alcohol.
yeah.
I want to drip on her. Pause.
I mean, it's okay.
That dick was dripping. Ew. That's a bad sign.
Oh my gosh,
It's
gracias.
a dick is dripping unless it's like pre-cum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
that
that
you're in
pre-cum
trouble.
I know that can.
Cause you're wet for me.
That's not nasty.
Oh.
It finally came out.
It came out.
You're a dummy, bitch.
Oh,
The cord got stuck.
it came out.
Oh,
Yes.
Mm.
I hate when that happens too.
It comes
'Cause
out.
why?
Stay in there.
Dummy, bitch.
Where it came from?
Where it came from?
You brought that white bitch in my house? Since you got your fucking degree and everything, no? Ain't that the way it came from? You're
Yes,
a dummy
it
bitch.
came from.
That's
From
from
what?
Precious.
Yes.
Precious.
Precious! Trying to get this back to you.
Monique.
Oh, the
I guess you
what
put
I'm
it
getting.
together.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
That movie, Lord.
You know what?
That movie was good.
It was.
Well, I don't know if it was good, but it was like
There
the
was a lot
actors
going
and
on.
actresses did a great job.
They did.
That's what I'm saying. Performance wise, they body.
They did.
Yeah.
Because can you really say a sad ass movie is good?
I mean, yeah. You can.
I
It
only-
was good.
I only asked, did y'all hear that? Because I said that line and I didn't want to offend nobody because I was like, you're a dummy bitch. And he's like, damn, you see how she be talking to her friend? It's from a movie.
It's fine.
It's not. You're like, it's fine.
Call
You
me
can
and
talk to
I'm
me like
going to
that
cry
all
in the
the time.
bathroom the whole fucking time saying, it's alright, I don't care.
Like Stewie, turn it over.
Alright, so Halle and DDG.
Wait, who was DDG?
A streamer / rapper. He got a baby with Halle Bailey.
Oh, okay.
Halle Bailey.
Okay.
Halle Bailey.
Oh my god.
They have a
She's
beautiful baby.
remarkable.
She's beautiful. And
She's
Chloe
insane.
is fine as fuck
Yes.
too.
They both fine.
I feel like Chloe is sexy as fuck and Halle is
Yes.
It's a difference.
It's beautiful.
yeah. But no shade because it's still both positive things is what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I hate talking about people.
But their situations,
Both
of them.
they're not together anymore.
only on the
right?
phone with you.
No, they're not together anymore.
So I heard that the prospect that's happening right now with their child dynamic, I know that she's
Oh my
very
god, you're so
protective.
smart with your big words.
Educated
I was like trying to process them in my brain. What?
No, but it's interesting the dynamic of how not technology, but the Instagram and social media per se is heightened in everybody's relationships. So seeing the perspective of what she's talking about, oh, I don't want to, have my son shown as often, or he shouldn't be like they're. I don't know if they're communicating. That led to, I guess, everybody knowing they're not together. So now, is it that he's not able to see his son or something?
So from what I understand, I'm glad you made that point too, because I wasn't even including the baby being on the stream, and that might have been what was pissing her off. Because if she's choosing privacy,
She always
and he is not choosing privacy, then I can understand how a conflict can arise.
Yeah.
The internet is a cruel fucking place.
It is.
It is super cruel. So I definitely
And
understand
you
and
both would
respect
know.
privacy,
Yeah.
right? But it seems like he's able to see his child, but what he seems like he may want to do is come and go as he pleases. Because so many people are like,
okay.
if you want to see your child that bad, what do you think somebody should do?
Hey, I guess communicate that.
Or next
Schedule
level,
it.
Child support, custody.
Go to court.
Custody,
Oh.
right.
Now if you go to
Court.
court,
Process.
What's today?
not
Court
only
is
is
a
it a
process.
process, but if you go to court, okay, you want 50-50? That means fuck that tour, fuck that stream, fuck that vacation you wanted to go on. 50-50 when it's your time, it's your time. Are you really ready for that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or do you just need a story to tell? I don't know.
Right.
But I just feel like personally as a parent, if I want to see my child, I'm going to see my child. And I'm going to fight to see my child.
Regardless.
And no matter how I got to do it. If I have to sit down and put my pride to the side and say, okay, what can work for the both of us? Maybe we don't have to go to court.
Right.
But if you go to court, if that judge say, okay, sir, you got full custody, you got to be ready to fucking rock and roll. So all I think they need to do, I know they're a bit younger than us, but I think they just really need to reach a level of communication.
She messed up by posting him. Period.
Posting the baby or
No.
posting the man?
The man.
Mm.
All right. So I know we talking about the
Yeah,
relationship
you're
and
right,
everything
yeah.
that's going on. I've been in, I was in a situation where I was in a relationship for 12 years. I posted him one time. 12 years.
Why
We
you
was
do
married.
that?
We had all these kids. One time, and I posted him because we got married.
Yeah.
Put the picture up and then took it down. I was like, all right. Like, I'm super private.
Yeah.
Any and every dude that I date, don't post me.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want to know about, I don't want, all of a sudden you post them, you look in your stories, all of a sudden all these different people pop up, like, with 10 women. Every day we checking in, it's almost like they got me on notifications, like they got the bell on. Because when I post something, all of a sudden the same 10 women, they not following me,
Right.
but they're there.
Right.
I'm like, okay, that just gives it away. I don't want that. And then it's vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody running to him saying, you know, slick stuff. Or like because they know I got a man, now they really in my comments letting it be known, like, oh, Queen, I like that thing, whatever, right? I don't want that drama because I feel like social media, it attracts that.
Right.
The moment you announce or you start posting somebody, everybody got an opinion, right? And then if you really show that you're a private person and you're not posting your man, you're not posting your family, I think he would have been super uncomfortable even sharing their son because like, now I know she ain't beat for this.
Or he could have been trying to be spiteful too.
But also they're celebrities. So it's hard to really keep your shit private sometimes because it's like, what you call these people? The photographers, whatever.
The paparazzi.
Yeah, paparazzi.
But she did good. Think about her pregnancy. We
did.
kind of knew she was.
that.
It's like we knew she was pregnant, but
we
because she
didn't
ain't
know, though.
confirmed,
Yeah.
right? So it's like you
It
know
was,
she got
then
it.
we found out
Right.
because she was in his video.
Yes.
That's how people started saying
It's
that's
him.
messy.
It's
That's
him.
messy.
I don't think he
It's
realized
him.
though.
It's the same even revealing
He
his
didn't realize.
son.
Wait a minute. Wasn't it a situation where her boobie got shown or something?
Yeah.
And
I
it was
don't
him who
remember.
posted it?
Yeah,
Or like
it was.
accidentally posted
deleted it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why I like older men because these young, these YNs,
That's what it's called.
these
Yeah.
young niggas.
Oh, I did not know.
You know what a YN is?
I did not know
These
that.
YNs. I like the older men because they're not doing. First of all, they
Like
don't
just
even want
maturity.
people to
How
see
old
you.
we talking about?
The oldest I dated, yeah.
She want a nigga that don't even know how to work
The
He
oldest
got a
I
flip phone.
dated, he got me about 16 years. He turned 54 this year.
Really?
The oldest I've dated, he turned 54.
You think that
this
thing
year.
still working?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
The
sure it
thing is
is.
like-
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like older. I like older because they're from a time when we didn't have the internet,
Mm.
right? And especially now, depending on where they are in life, they don't care about none of that stuff. Like they value different things. Whereas the young, the YNs, like they trying to.
Yeah.
I want to show
Who I
my
wanna
trophy.
impress,
So
what I want to brag
yeah,
about.
I gotta call you and be like, yo, take that picture down. I didn't even know you took that picture.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You know, and they think like, oh, because all the young women, they want to be posted in bed or in the robe or
Oh yeah, no, don't post.
don't post me.
Don't
Yeah.
post.
And I'm not trying to hide from nobody, but like what I have outside of social media, I want to keep that. You know what I'm saying, and protect
The
that.
peace, right? Because you're already dealing with your own issues and how you're handling what's going on in your personal life.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I need the internet's opinion?
Right.
Like, this is already hard enough as it is.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't need y'all in on it.
No.
And sadly, the internet really drives a lot of people in a
does.
negative way.
It does.
And I hate people who like live for it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make my fucking skits and shit like that. Or I love food. You know, I take pictures of food every time we go out. But I can put that phone down, and I don't feel a need to show and live every present. I don't need to show every fucking thing. I don't got to tell everybody where I'm at when I'm there. I hate that for people.
And they checking you because the moment you stop posting him, they be like, "Are they not together?"
They start phoning
What happened? And then they start digging. They looking at his. They gonna look at your followers like, "Oh, he not following her. She not following him. Oh, they broke up." I don't need nobody in my business. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. And then when we back together, you gonna be like, "Oh, she took him back."
Don't you hate
that?
Big old fights on the internet.
Oh
and
my
putting each other
God.
on blast, and then he
Wild
did this
crazy.
and she did that, and she stole this and she scammed that.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And then next week y'all back
Now we
together.
gotta be back
Why you
together,
even
yeah.
involve them?
Right.
You shouldn't even involve them. If you take your man back in peace, take your L's in peace, get past your problems in peace. The internet does not have to know.
No.
And you know what? And you can post your partner. If you want to post your partner, and believe the drama and the negativity off.
I ain't posting.
And even the part of the drama, like when anybody tries to explain what's happening and they go and post the video and say, "Oh, this is what occurred," like Tiana Taylor, for instance.
Tiana Taylor. Oh,
She's so funny.
That's the one that's with Aaron P.
I
No, she said they are dating.
Oh, she said?
She admitted it.
They look good.
It's a unique.
Jesus.
They both have unique.
But I
looks,
just
so.
didn't like the factor that I know she went through the divorce with her husband. I can never say his name right.
She looks
He does. I wanted them to work. I wanted them to laugh.
But my thing is, why are you going on the internet to try to explain yourself?
Who was doing that?
She was. She went online and she was just like, well, I already had my own car. She was just saying all of the aspects of what she had owned.
Okay.
Because I think he paid some people to make another type of statement about her, making it seem as if she was, taking everything.
But we knew that she was established herself. I feel like I've known of her way before she got married and had children.
Yeah, but when
she didn't have to verify that.
Yeah.
They feel the need to do that. When your relationship is public, not everybody's in your relationship too.
Yeah, but it's unnecessary.
But when you do that, so it's like Beyonce said it too. I try to protect my peace and my privacy as much as possible.
Yeah.
My family, my family
she does it.
Yeah,
we still don't know why
she did the song.
Hello,
right? But she did the songs that she did, and it was kind of like, all right, she confirming that Jay-Z cheated, but she never did a report, like an interview, and say he cheated.
Exactly.
So that's what I mean. It's like when you start, the moment you open your mouth, the moment you post a photo, the moment you bring people into your home, like you can't then turn it off because you can, but I think you're programmed to now. If he says, now y'all saw that clip where now you gotta respond and tell everybody a story because you're in your emotions and you feel like I gotta defend myself.
That's what I think it is. She probably just felt like she had to defend herself.
That's
That's the narrative nowadays. I feel like in marriages and breakups where us women, it's cheaper to keep her. Oh, why get married? She gonna take everything. She's just like, just let y'all know.
I have all right, yeah. I'm not about to paint that picture. That's not about to be my legacy.
She did start off like y'all didn't know anything. She's
money.
very, very private.
Right.
No, I'm just saying privacy. Period.
Right.
So all of the things being leaked, like she's the one that's taking his money and making her look like the bad person. She probably was hearing that everywhere, and that shit made her mad.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and that's true. Like what you're saying, because of all the amazing projects she's worked on, I never heard nobody say nothing out the way about that girl. She's talented, she's beautiful. I never heard nobody say nothing bad about her personality. So like, let's keep it that way, bro. Like, you ain't about to drag my shit through the mud. Like I'm something. You know what I mean?
But she didn't need to do that. I wholeheartely, I'm
10 toes
If
down.
somebody attack you online, you're gonna be like, okay, hold up.
No, I've had issues where somebody had tried to come at me a few times, even in comments.
Let's hear about that.
I don't.
But if it's different at that level. Like at that level, imagine if
it doesn't matter because why? You have attorneys. You have your team. You have people that are going to have your back. Just like we just said, Beyonce. Did we hear anything? Anything that goes wrong, the Beehive inclusive of
But nobody attacked her like in regards to her relationship.
It don't matter.
And her.
It don't matter.
Oh, child, yes, they do.
I mean, they say she
They
be blacklisting people like what's her name? Oh my God, what's my girl? Pretty girl about Carrie Hilson. Who's another one? Kate Michelle. Like some people won't work with her in the studio. No, not Kate Michelle. What's the other one?
I'm making up rumors.
No, it's not Kate Michelle. The other one that looked like Kate Michelle. We all like.
What's the song?
Sent from heaven.
Carrie. No.
Keisha Cole.
She blacklisted her?
Yeah, Keisha Cole went in on Beyonce so many times.
Was it that time when Beyonce put out "Bow Down, Bitches"?
Yeah,
and Keisha Cole was like, "We're supposed to look up to you. You're supposed to be our idol."
Right.
And I was like, but I mean, I love that song. I think that Beyonce's music has evolved so much where she's also making that. Yeah, we met her at a young Sweet 16, sweetheart, young girl. Where I'm a confident ass bitch too. I'm that bitch, and women need that I'm that bitch music. That's why I fuck with Megan Thee Stallion, because nigga eat me out. Eat me out, and say over and over and over in every song. I like that shit. You know, it's like certain stuff we women.
You like Cardi B?
That song, Eat Me Out? I like Cardi B.
Nicki Minaj.
I want that to be the
Yeah,
hell yeah, I like
which is better?
Oh, come on.
I'm just saying.
All right, let me say I love both of them, but I
don't mean like the person because I don't want to make something like I'm putting women together, but you know what I'm saying? Like musically, yeah.
Damn.
On a creative.
I say musically on a creative, I have to give respect to Nicki because I really respect the fact that she writes her shit. From what I understand,
Cardi B right?
I don't know. I think she has said herself that she doesn't write or she has writers for. In her credits,
Cardi write for her.
In her credits, she had maybe some other people listed as writers. Music is fire though. Right. She's a fire performer, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Nicki music wise, but character wise, Cardi. I think her personality
crazy.
Just seems more like a girl's girl. Yes. So yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, that's the one I would feel safe with because I feel like she gonna tell me about myself. I think Nicki Minaj would be like, really?
Nicki can have a bitch blacklisted probably.
Nicki be like, oh, cute. And I don't know what that means. It's like, okay. Right. But Cardi B is like, give it to me straight. Like, you need to go back.
You think Nicki will tell you about yourself? Right. Condescending way to make you fucking cry.
Yeah.
And you just like,
okay.
And praising her. In a cult. Do y'all watch cult shows?
Not really.
That's been our new obsession.
Not really.
We're trying to create one.
Which ones are you watching?
What was that? There's a Devil in the Family. That was on Hulu.
Yeah, but that wasn't a cult.
She was a part of a cult.
No, you just making shit up.
And she went to go live with that lady.
She made up all day.
And she made her husband leave the house.
It was
I'm talking about some BET.
Ashtray, bitch.
That one? Wait, what? Oh my God.
It was a cult?
It's a cult show that Tyler Perry had created. I don't remember the name of it.
Queensman?
No, not Queensman. You like Queensman?
I never watched it. I heard it's a lot
of
dicks on
it
either. But that's a cult show.
I think it's a lot of dicks.
Really? What? Let me look it up.
I watched How I Escaped the Cult.
Yeah, that's a few episodes. So you don't consider that a cult? When that?
Which one?
Well,
no,
the Devil in the Family.
One lady.
And when somebody tells you to leave your family, that's some cult shit. When they try to, that's one main thing about cults is they try to separate you from your loved ones.
Yeah.
So for her to be telling her husband, you gotta get the fuck out my house, telling her kids, you gotta get the fuck out my house, and beating her kids, like, I'm gonna beat the fucking bad out of you. Like, it's very religious based. Oh yeah, starving them, had her kids very skinny.
Was it a show or was it a docu-series?
That was a docu-series on one specific family. She started out as a YouTuber, and at first it was great. They lived in Utah.
Oh,
yes. Was that like very Mormon community or something like that? I don't know much about that. Is it a religion? Yeah. Okay, I don't know much about it, but that just was like the place for it. And I don't know if she started smelling herself when she started getting up in a certain thing. Yeah. Or I don't know if it's like a switch in some people's head. Y'all ever know somebody and it's like a switch just goes up and they just come hyper religious?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
It's crazy.
Okay, I thought I was tripping.
No, you're not.
Okay,
it's a lot of people, especially when it comes to church, because I grew up in church, but at the same time, there are people that are overly sanctified, where they don't know how to have some normality. Like If I greeted you, say something to me how you greet me. Say hi.
Good morning.
I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you?
Oh, okay, right.
And that's the same cadence. But that's the
Yes.
same cadence. I've walked into a church where that was the cadence with everybody. I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. And then they're speaking in tongues, the same tongues. No.
What about catching the Holy Ghost? What do you think about that?
I have.
Oh, so
It
it's
is
real?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
real.
What you think about
It is.
I don't know if I per se caught the Holy Ghost, but I have like cried and like
Yeah, felt
you know,
it,
felt.
yeah.
So I don't know.
So I'm glad y'all brought this up because something else came to my mind. So I'm super rooted in church, and that's part of the whole. That's also a contribution to me not wanting to cheat because how I was conditioned, right? But now I'm gonna tell you this. I was asked a question about like would you be in a relationship with a man and another woman? And I sat there and I thought about it because I like to think about it before I quickly respond.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, would I be in a relationship with another woman and a man? If he made me comfortable and she made me comfortable, maybe I would entertain that. But what would stop me is religion. And then also children, right? I don't want my daughters, how do I go home and say, hey, meet my boyfriend and my girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
It's like, how will my children receive that? Will my children then look at me differently? Will my parents look at me differently? My family look at me differently? Because everybody's rooted in the church. And then I did some research, in the Bible, where they had concubines, they had, other wives, and it's like, well, what's wrong with that? And part of me is just understanding the reality of it is that there are more women, black women of color, than there are men of color. And because I choose to be with a black man, I don't want anyone outside of my race. But it's like, okay, well, will I entertain the idea? Yes, but it's not racist. It's just I love dark men. Yeah, I love dark men. So it's not even about a race thing. It's just like if a white man was dark, I would. I don't care about if you're white, black. It doesn't matter. It's more just I love that complexion. It just drives me crazy. So with that said, it's like, okay, knowing that even with there being such a small percentage, a shortage of supplies, right? It's going to be even harder to find a man that's truly going to care about me and take care of me. So when you lock into someone, but he so happens to be Muslim and married already and wants another wife, or he's in a relationship and wants another wife, it's like, okay, do I decline or just entertain the idea? Because at the end of the day, I'm a lover. I love to love, and I don't want to be by myself. So...
All right, guys, we're out this motherfucker. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Milfshake, where mom life meets realness. Now get the fuck out of here.